To help pass the time on these long February nights, how about a little tatting? If you don't know what tatting means, you are unaware of a lost and beautiful craft. Well, not quite lost, as Charles Kuralt learned on the road in southern Illinois.
How do the farm women of southern Illinois get through the long, cold winter? Well, if they're old enough to remember how, what they do is tat. I suppose over your lifetime you've made yards of this, huh?
Oh, I've made miles of this. Just miles of it.
My grandmother was a tatter. Probably your grandmother was too. I thought the delicate art of lace making by hand had been lost in the rush of the 20th century. But in the sitting room of Pat Gobel's farmhouse near Edwardsville, Illinois, we found wondrous lacy treasures made by her great-grandmother 130 years ago. And most wondrous of all, we found Pat Gobel's own fingers still flying.
When I'm by myself and tatting, most of the time I'm daydreaming, thinking about something else. My mind goes on tours, you know.
I don't see how you can watch television or do anything else while you're tatting.
Well, my husband watches and I say, "What do you do?" What happened?
Those old folks didn't have television to watch.
No, but they talked, they gossiped. You could see people sitting together. See, they didn't live by themselves. There were big families and they were extended families. And they'd sit and talk. And maybe they did like I do a lot. Maybe they daydreamed a lot.
Out of that daydreaming of long ago survived so much beauty that the director of the little Wildey Art Center in Edwardsville put on a tatting show.
My grandmother was a tatter. This is a baby dress that she made for my uncle before he was born. My mother found these at the bottom of my grandmother's trunk, which is an old wooden trunk and was her hope chest before she got married.
There must be trunks all over the Middle West full of tatting.
I would think so. You have a lot of people who couldn't afford to go out and buy lace, and it was a way to make it inexpensively and then put it on everything that you wanted to put it on. You could use it on sheets and pillowcases.
Nightgowns years ago, I think all of our nightgowns almost had tatting around the collars and around the sleeves.
Olga Franke learned to tat when she was 5.
You just make your circles and then you make your chain and you make another circle.
She makes it sound easy, but even she acknowledges it isn't.
This you don't do in just a night or two. You'd have to be at that for maybe a month or two.
Now, did you teach your children to tat?
No, my daughter won't tat. My daughter, she learned to play the guitar, and she just doesn't fool with this.
We couldn't find any young women who will fool with tatting. It's an agonizingly slow art in a fast age. Maybe tatting ends with these old women, with Beatrice Mercer, who was given a choice in 1909 of snubbing gooseberries, taking the stems off, or learning to tat. She hated snubbing gooseberries. She's been tatting for 75 years. Do you still do a good deal of tatting?
All the time. I never stop. I had a heart attack and I was in the intensive care and I had my tatting with me.
Well, you still feel it's better than snubbing gooseberries?
Yeah, bet your boots.
Watching their shuttles weaving wonders knot by knot, it seemed to us that there was more patience in their world than in ours, and as a result, more beauty. Admire it for a moment. It all may go with them.
They talked, they gossiped. You could see people sitting together. There were big families and they were extended families. And they'd sit and talk. Maybe they daydreamed a lot.
Charles Kuralt, CBS News, on the road in southern Illinois.
And that's the CBS Evening News for this Friday. Dan Rather reporting from New York. We'll see you here again Monday. Good night.